Hello everyone. In the previous video we have seen about the augmented reality and today we will see what is virtual reality. So virtual reality, it is a technology which will combine interactive hardware and software in order to create an artificial immersive environment, and it will allow the users to experience and interact with a realistic 3D world through the devices like VR headsets, gloves and motion controllers. The key features of the virtual reality are: first is the creation of an imaginary reality, where the virtual reality will build the artificial environments that feel realistic, allowing users to explore new worlds, whether real or fictional. Okay. Then second is sense of presence. That is, the VR, here the users feel physically present in a virtual space as if they are truly inside an environment, enhancing engagement and interaction. Then next is multi-sensory experience, where the VR will incorporate visual and auditory feedbacks and sometimes haptic feedback in order to make interactions more natural and realistic. Then you have natural absorption into the virtual world. By eliminating the distractions from the real world, the VR, that is a virtual reality, it will ensure that the users are fully immersed in the experience, making them respond as if they were in a real world setting. So these features make virtual reality a powerful tool in gaming, training, healthcare, education and industrial applications, and enhance the learning, productivity and entertainment. Next is the chronological order of the virtual reality development. First is in 1962, Morton Helling, a filmmaker, developed the Sensorama, an early multisensory system that provided an immersive experience using the 3D visuals, sounds and even the smells. Okay, and it was called as the experience theater. Then in 1968, Ivan Sutherland created the first head mounted display, that is the HMD, known as the Sword of Damocles, laying the foundation for modern VR headsets. Then from 1977 to 1984, David M., the first artist, he was the first artist to create the digital environments and developed navigable virtual worlds, influencing the VR arts and the simulations. And it was called as the navigable virtual worlds. Then in 1979, Eric Howlett designed the large expanse extra perspective, that is the LEAP optical system, in order to improve wide angle stereoscopic imaging and influencing future virtual reality headset designs. Then in 1987, Jaron Lanier, an American philosopher and scientist, he officially coined the term virtual reality, pioneering the virtual reality software and hardware, including the data gloves. Then in 2015, Michael Neymark, he contributed to the virtual reality based cinematography, and he advanced immersing video experiences and interactive media, and here it was called as the modern VR innovations. So this was about the chronological order of virtual reality. Then we have applications of the virtual reality. So virtual reality, it is widely used across various industries, enhancing experiences through immersion, interaction and simulation. And here the key applications are entertainment and 3D art. So here the VR, it is extensively used in gaming, movies, virtual concerts in order to create the immersive experiences. Here the 3D artist they make use of the VR tools for digital sculpting and animation in game development and filmmaking. Okay. So next is the education and training. The VR enables interactive learning in schools, universities and professional training programs. Astronauts, pilots, and medical students use the VR simulations for hands-on experience in controlled environments. Then you have real estate and architecture. Here, the real estate agents use the virtual reality to offer the virtual property tours and allows the clients to explore homes remotely. And architects and engineers use the virtual reality for design visualization before the construction. Then you have robotics and space exploration. So here the VR assists in robotics training, allowing engineers to control the robots in hazardous environments. And the astronauts use the VR for mission simulations before the actual space travel. Then you have health care and safety. So here the VR helps in surgical training, then therapy and mental health treatments. And these are used for health and safety training in industries like mining, firefighting, and disaster response. And you have mass and surveillance security, where the VR is combined with the artificial intelligence. It is used in law enforcement and surveillance for crime prevention and monitoring the public spaces. So these are some of like more applications of virtual reality, uh, that is military and the defense. So here the virtual reality, it is used for combat training, flight simulations, and battlefield strategy planning without the real world risk. And next is the retail and the e-commerce. Here the customers can try on virtual clothes, then accessories or furniture placements before purchasing. Then you have tourism and culture heritage, where the VR will enable virtual travel experiences, allowing the users to explore historical sites, museums, and destinations from anywhere. Then you have sports and fitness, and here it is used for training an athlete and interactive fitness programs and virtual sport experiences. And the key components of the VR headsets are the sensors, lenses, then display screens, processing unit. And the types of virtual reality are, there are three types of virtual reality. First is the non-immersive simulation, then you have semi-immersive simulations and fully immersive simulations. So in non-immersive simulations, here the users interact with the virtual environment through a screen without full immersion. And examples are the video games, flight simulators, and CAD software. Then you have semi-immersive simulation, where it provides a partial VR experience, where users are aware of the real world but interact with a virtual environment. Example here are the VR training for pilots, then driving simulators, and the educational simulations. Third is fully immersive simulations, which offers complete sensory immersion using the VR headsets, that is the virtual reality headsets, then motion tracking and haptic feedback. And here the examples are the VR gaming, then you have medical simulations and military training. Non-immersive simulation, here the key characteristics are the limited sensory engagement, okay, then access via screen and peripheral awareness. That is, the non-immersive VR provides a partial virtual experience where the users interact with a virtual environment but remain aware of their real world surroundings. And the key characteristics we have seen here. First is the limited sensory engagement, which utilizes only a subset of senses without full physical interaction. Okay, that is here mainly vision and the audio will be used. Then second is access via screen. Here the user enter the virtual environment through a portal or window. It may be a computer, tablet, or a monitor. Then you have peripheral awareness, where the users maintain awareness of the real world, allowing multitasking between the real and the virtual environments. Okay, and examples are the video games, flight and driving simulators, then computer aided design software, virtual tours, and remote learning. So in virtual tours and remote learning, Online museum tours and e-learning platforms will offer interactive 3D environments without full VR immersion. The next is the semi-immersive simulations. Here, it offers a partial immersive experience where the users engage with a virtual environment while still being aware of their real world surroundings. Okay, and it enhances the user interaction with large displays and high performance computing, but it will not fully replace reality like fully immersive virtual reality. And the key characteristics are partial sensor immersion, that is partial or it may be near to full sensory immersion. That is, it will engage vision, audio, and sometimes touch, but lacks full physical movement tracking. And second is the high performance graphics, where it is powered by the advanced graphical computing systems for realistic simulations. And last is the large screen projection, where the users will use like a large displays, then curved screens or multi-screen setups instead of the virtual reality headsets for an immersive experience. And examples are flight simulators, then driving simulators, medical training, education and research, and military and defense. So in driving simulators, here car and train operators use interactive dashboards and large display systems. And next is the fully immersive simulation. Okay, here the fully immersive VR, it will provide the most realistic and interactive experience where the users feel completely present in a virtual environment, and it will eliminate the real world distractions by using the head mounted displays and motion tracking and sensory feedback systems. So here the key characteristics are wide field of view, that is users experience a 360-degree virtual world enhancing the realism. Then you have head mounted displays, that is the HMDs. These are the devices and these are devices like HTC Vive and PlayStation VR. It will provide a high definition visuals and the stereoscopic depths. Then you have motion tracking and haptic feedback. Here it uses hand controllers, then gloves, and full body tracking in order to simulate the real world movements. Then you have immersive sound and interaction, that is special audio and real time interaction with the objects and environments will create an engaging experience. Okay, and applications in industry 4.0 are the smart manufacturing, then remote maintenance and monitoring, then digital twin technology and workforce training and safety. Digital twin technology is fully immersive 3D replicas of the machines and the industry systems will enable the predictive maintenance and process optimization. And here the related technologies are the augmented reality and the mixed reality. So here the mixed reality, it will merge the virtual and the real world elements, and it will allow the interaction with both. Next you have how does the virtual reality work. So here uh, the virtual reality, it will create an interactive and immersive digital experience by combining the hardware and the software in order to simulate the real or the imaginary environments. And here the key components which work together are the motion tracking with sensors, that is here the sensors like accelerometer, gyroscope, then you have magnetometer will which will detect the user movement, head position, and the orientation in the real life or the real time, and these inputs will adjust the virtual environment dynamically in order to match the user's perspective. Then you have lenses for visual adjustment, that is the lenses, these will focus and reshape the images displayed on the screen for each eye, and here this will create a 3D stereoscopic effect giving depth and realism to the VR world. Next you have the processing unit for the interaction, where the VR system processes user inputs like movements, then gestures and the actions, and it will render and update the virtual environment in real time, and it will ensure the smooth interactions. Then you have display screens for immersion, where the head mounted display, it will show the user's perspective through the lenses, and high resolution screens will create a seamless lifelike experience by reducing the motion blur and the lag. Okay, and some of the additional technologies which will enhance the virtual reality are the haptic feedback, which will use the gloves or the suits in order to provide touch sensations in the VR. And you have special audio which will simulate the 3D sound effects, and it will enhance the realism. And you have eye tracking and AI integration, which will adjust the VR environment based on user focus and the behavior. Okay, then you have the similarities between the augmented reality and the virtual reality. So first is, it will create an artificial world for the user, where both the AR and VR will generate a digital environment, and they will enhance or replace the reality in order to offer a new way of experiencing the world. Then second is great prospects in the field of medical science. That is, it will be used in medical training, then surgical simulations, patient rehabilitation, in order to improve accuracy and the learning. And third is servers. It will serves, okay, not servers, it will serve users with an enhanced experience. That is, both the technologies will provide the real-time interaction and the engagement, and they will improve the gaming, education, and training. Okay, so these are some of the similarities between the AR and the VR. Then you have comparison between the AR and the VR. So here, first is with respect to the definition, that is, augmented reality, it will add digital elements to the real world environment, whereas the virtual reality, it will fully immerses the user in a digital world. Okay, here AR, here the digital elements in the real world will be there, whereas in virtual reality there will be fully immersion where the users in a digital world. Then you have the interactions, okay, here. So the augmented reality, it will overlays virtual objects onto the real world, whereas the virtual reality, it will replace the real world with a completely virtual environment. Okay, then you have user experiences. Here the augmented reality, it will enhance the real world perception with additional data, whereas the virtual reality, a fully immersive experience will be there, and it will block out the real world. Okay, then you have uh, like a technology used. Okay, here what are the technologies used here? In AR, that is the augmented reality, AR glasses, smartphones, tablets are used, and in virtual reality, headsets, motion controllers, and gloves are used. And with respect to applications, the augmented reality is used in navigation, medical, then assistance, medical assistance, education, retail, and the marketing, whereas the virtual reality, it is used in gaming, training, simulations, therapy, and the virtual tours. Examples are augmented reality. It is used in AR gaming, then Google Lens, IKEA Place, that is the augmented reality shopping. Whereas in virtual reality, the VR flight simulators, it is used in VR flight simulators, then VR surgery training, then VR gaming, that is example is PlayStation and the Oculus. Okay. So in detail, this is the comparison between the AR and the VR. Thank you.